Hi, I'm Mark Buckingham, head coach at Brownlee Fitness.
And hi, I'm Jonny Brownlee, double Olympic medalist, and I'm here to help you with my top tips for transition.
So Jonny, why is transition so important?
Well, transition is super important in triathlon. Obviously, it's simple, you've got two of them, and you can make up a lot of time. You know, if you have these little tips, you can probably make up 2 minutes in the first transition, maybe a minute in the second one. So that's 3 minutes of free time.
Swim start, talk me through that. What do you need to get ready?
So I've got 3 tips of what you need to get ready for the swim start. My first one is make sure the wetsuit is over your watch and the timing chip, so that when you come to transition, your wetsuit comes straight off and there's no hassle there. My second one is to attach your cord into your swim hat. So again, when you get out of the swim, you're a bit tired, you stand up, you know exactly where that cord is, so you can take your wetsuit off without any panic. And my third one is you want your wetsuit to be comfy and relaxed on your shoulders. So you need someone to pull it up, if you can help me with that. Up and over the shoulders.
So just like that?
Just like that. So your wetsuit's up and over your shoulders, and then it's nice and flexible, so your stroke's not restricted at all.
So Jonny, we're talking transitions. In triathlon you've got T1, transition 1 and transition 2. Tell me about transition 1.
T1 for me starts on the last 100 metres of the swim. That's where I'm thinking about my processes, where my bike is, how far I have to run out of the water. I'll get out of the water, I'll take my wetsuit off over my shoulders, so unzip it down over the shoulders to the hips, leave my hat and my goggles on my head because otherwise they'll get in the way. Get to my bike, take my wetsuit over my hips and over my ankles. If I need to stamp on it a little bit to get it off there, then that's fine. Once that's done, wetsuit in the box, hat and goggles in the box as well. Then you want to put your helmet on, so that's that done, and now you're allowed to touch your bike. And this process for me will involve getting my bike, running to the end of the mission, jumping on my bike where my shoes are already attached, feet in, close your shoes and off you go.
What else have you got going on here? Can you talk us through that?
The first transition is the most complicated transition, so be careful this one and take your time, but I've got a few tips. My first tip is make sure that you're in easy gear, so that when you jump on your bike, you can get up to speed quite easily, and that's nice and simple. My second one is attach elastic bands to your shoes so they stay parallel to the floor, so when you jump on your bike, your feet can go straight in those shoes and on you go. They're not turning around and getting in the way. My third tip is if you've got a Wahoo bike computer, set it to multi-sport mode so it can send data from your watch to the computer and then back. And one of the great features of the Wahoo Element Rival watch is the touchless transition feature. So after the start of the race, I don't have to press anything. It records my splits accurately and I can worry about it at the end. My next tip is make sure your helmet's on your bike and it's easy to get on your head and off you go. And my last tip is a nice simple one, which is make sure your bike is facing outwards the way you want to go, so you can get to it easily, you can spot it, take it off the rack and off you go.
Brilliant. And then you do the bike part and you come into T2. So how's T2 any different to T1?
Well, so T2 is obviously you want to put your run shoes on, it's the most important thing. So I'll jump off my bike before the dismount line, run to my slot where hopefully I know where it is. I can spot my shoes, put my bike on the transition rack, make sure it stays on there. Helmet off, put it in the box, and then put my shoes on. My shoes have elastic laces, so I don't need the tiny laces, just slip them straight on, and then off you go.
So for someone who's new to it all, never done a transition before, it can be a bit daunting. Have you got any top tips there for the first go?
2 obvious ones is firstly, practice it. So I run through my transition, so when I'm racing Leeds all over the world, I make sure I've done it at least once beforehand. And my second big one is take your time, and if you don't rush it, you'll actually end up being faster.
Great.